Welcome back to another episode of Let's Get It Closed. My name is Kira Lopez of FLA Title Guarantee Agency and the Adelson Law Firm. On this episode, we are focusing on paragraph 1 of the FAR As Is 6X contract, property description. Paragraphs 1A, B, and C describe the real property. When entering the street address, be sure to include the unit number if applicable, city name, state, and zip code. Blank lines under paragraph 1B are reserved for county location, tax ID, and paragraph 1C is for the property's legal description. Accuracy is key since this is the information that will be used by all vendors when processing all aspects of the transaction. Title-wise, the property description on the contract is fundamental in what we use when ordering the property investigative reports like the title search, the lien search, association estoppel, and survey. Similarly, the lender will rely on this information to order the appraisal and insurance for the home. Incorrect or missing information may lead to additional expenses and may cause delays and obstacles. We highly recommend that the real property description found on the property appraiser's portal is used for this section of the contract. If you need help accessing and navigating the property appraiser's websites for any county in Florida, feel free to call or email us and we will be happy to show you how. The real property includes all existing improvements and fixtures, including built-in appliances, built-in furnishings, and attached wall-to-wall carpeting and flooring, unless excluded. It is a common misconception for some sellers to think of built-ins as personal property, and I'm sure we all have had situations where light fixtures, appliances, and built-ins were removed, and this created complications between buyer and seller. Paragraphs 1D and 1E are designated to list personal property to be included or excluded in the sale. These paragraphs are regularly overlooked and are often a last-minute point of contention between the parties, since issues related to personal property are usually discovered at walkthrough inspection on the day before or on the day of closing. Let's read paragraph 1D. It states, unless excluded in paragraph 1E or by other terms of this contract, the following items, which are owned by the seller and existing on the property as of the date of the initial offer, are included in the purchase. And then it provides a list of common appliances and fixtures usually found in a home. When writing up a contract, it is vital to clearly communicate with the seller or their agent about appliances and fixtures that are part of the sale, and to list any excluded items on the blank lines provided on paragraph 1E to avoid potential misunderstandings that could lead to major issues. For example, the buyer may be expecting for that second refrigerator in the garage, the chandelier in the dining room, or that beautiful built-in cabinet in the second bedroom to be included in the sale. But the seller has other plans, and they plan to remove those items prior to closing. Even when the buyer and the seller have agreed on the seller's right to remove specific fixtures before closing, it is crucial to clarify the seller's responsibility. For instance, in the case of light fixtures, specify whether the seller must replace them, and if not, whether they need to address the hanging wires exposed by the removal of these lamps. If a built-in is to be removed, be sure to outline what would be the seller's obligations with respect to damage that may be caused to the walls, or in the case that unfinished flooring, like missing tile floors, is discovered when the fixture is removed. When it comes to other personal property like furniture or furnishings to be included in the purchase, these should be listed in detail on the blank lines provided in paragraph 1D, lines 21 and 22. We find that writing in all furniture or per MLS pictures is often not sufficient, and most of the time leads to misunderstandings on what each party considers to be furniture. For example, the buyer may think the television is a part of the furniture being left, but the seller may not consider TVs to be furniture. If the personal property is more than just a few items, it is best to write in as per inventory list, all in as is condition. You should then have the seller write up a detailed list of all items being left in the property and have this list signed or initialed by both buyer and seller. thereby avoiding any misinterpretations. Unless stated, the seller is obligated to remove all personal items from the property prior to closing. Lastly, and although there is a note on line 23 stating that the personal property has no contributory value, it is important to rewrite this language because the lender will likely ask for confirmation that the personal property has no value and that it is being left as a courtesy to the buyer. I'm sure you're seeing the trend now. The sales contract is the foundation which supports title and everything in between. Without a solid contract, all other moving parts will wobble and even fall apart. We're here to support you and help you if you have any questions regarding the property description section or any other parts of the contract. Thank you for joining us. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and please share. Let's get it closed.